Thanks a lot. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, welcome to our New York stream. Yeah. All right. So it's a new week. Okay. So on a Monday, we just try and just analyze the market. All right. Before we jump in for any position, you want to analyze and see what's going on, where the market is, where the price is, right? And just look for whatever you see. Like basically, look to your left. All right. So later at 8:30 we have news for the US, right? Core retail sales. We also have the Empire State Manufacturing and also the retail sales. Okay, everything happens at 8:30. Okay, so right now on gold, this is what I have on my hour four. All right, so basically since last week, okay, we have this range, right? We do see the price tap in here, but the reason why I'm not hopping in for the buy, okay, is because I don't have a confirmation, right? So if I look on my minute 15, right, my confirmation is like I need to have a change in the market structure even on the lower time frame, right? So on the minute 15 is basically this high here, right? So there's definitely not an opportunity that we can be taking here, okay? So we'll see how gold will perform in the minute 15, right? So if you are looking on the minute 15, we do know that the price is currently moving downwards, all right? So we know the price is moving downwards. Okay, we'll see if this price managed to break this low here, right? If it does, then we'll actually target at a lower range for us to start selling. Right? So gold is basically something that I won't hop in immediately. All right, I will just look for confirmation because if you look at gold, this dump here, right? This is happened last week Friday, right? A 950 pip drop, right? Almost 1,000 pips, right, from this higher. So if you're wondering why, it's basically the Iran and Israel war, right? That's what causes, because US is definitely uh, someone that plays a part, right? So it causes this massive dumping as well. Okay, so for gold right now, I won't be looking for any possible entries. Okay, uh, like I said, on the hour four, we have the momentum moving upwards for gold. Okay, and then minute 15 is moving downwards. All right, so we'll see how this will end up. If this breaks below, then we will be looking at a change in trend for gold. Right, all this while gold has been going up. Right, so if this breaks below, we'll be looking for a trend change. Okay, let's look at GBP USD. Okay, so GBP USD, I have this downwards movement. Alright, but in order for me to take a sell, I need the price to come back to at least above the 50. Alright, so if I'm hopping on to the minute 15, I'm not going to risk anything yet. Even though I know, alright, minute 15, I have the trend coming down as well. Right, but if we look at hour 4, alright, hour 4, this is the 50 of the fib, right? From here to here, this is the 50 here, right? So if I want to take a sell, I'm going to wait at any price above the 50 level. Alright, so I'm not taking it if it's below because it will be slightly riskier. Okay, but of course it's not something that you can't take. You can if provided there's a strong confirmation. Alright, so if we were to take a risk, okay, let's look at this here first. Okay, so this is 50, right? I have one here. Okay, which we have a tap in. Okay, so if I'm looking at this one here, right, if I'm going to be a little bit aggressive, right, I could be aiming at this change here. Okay, and definitely it has not taken the entry, right? This is where it retraced. It did not come back to the 50 or the 618 for me to take an entry, right? Okay, even I continue trailing this, it's about at this level here is where I'm taking a sell, right? But on the 1 minute, I don't see the price moving backwards, right? I don't see the price coming back up. Okay, I can just for now just kind of put this in here to see if the price will come back. All right. Something like this. Right, so this is on the minute 15 chart and entry on the 1 minute. Alright, I will just put this here first, just keep in view to see how it performs. Alright, but not forgetting also, let's just mark out our zones that we can actually take for sell. Right, we have one here. We also have one here. Now, anything above the 50 we can look for sell. Alright, and we can also use this whole stretch. Alright, so something like this, if you guys can see, right? So this is what I'm looking at for GBP USD on the minute 15. Okay, we'll let this run first. Alright, probably later the US news it will help a little. We'll see how this is going to perform, and then we'll look for possible entries later. Alright. Okay, NZD USD. Okay, so NZD USD it's based on hour 4, right? It's between this range here right now. It's not confirmed yet this low. I'm still waiting for a proper retracement. Okay, when there's a proper retracement, then that's where we start looking into positions to take. All right. Okay. Same goes for AUD USD. All right. Same goes for AUD USD. All right. For now, this is something where I'll be looking for sells. But if this retracement happens, all right, then we'll be looking for positions. All right. We'll just go through quickly and see which one is much more, which pair is much more reliable in terms of us, to actually catch the trade. Right, NZD JPY came back here. Okay. On the 15 minute is definitely like this high here that we are looking for. Alright, to be a little bit more conservative. So actually I would say it's about here. Yeah, about here. Okay, so if we get our fit, this pair did not come back, okay, at about the 0.6. we'll see if later the news for US actually push a little for this pair to move. Alright, because for the JPY pair, we need to be a little bit much more careful. Alright, because if you look at the JPY currency, right? If you look at the JPY currency, it has been the lowest since already how many years, right? But probably more than 10 years, right? It's never been this low, right? So right now it's at the lowest for JPY. Okay, so involvement from the government to happen, right? The government, basically the BOJ might interfere with the market, with the forex market, right? So for all the JPY pair, we just need to be a little bit much more cautious when we are going to take a trade. Okay, so we just be careful in terms of looking at JPY pairs. Right, AUD JPY, I'm looking for the sell as well. Right, price isn't tapping yet. I'm still waiting. Okay, so when it taps in, then we'll look into it. Okay, Euro USD, I'm looking for sell as well at about this level here. I'm still waiting for this to move. Right, as soon as this trace back up here, then we'll actually look for possible. Alright, AUD CHF. Okay, AUD CHF on the 15-minute is definitely a downwards movement. Right, let me just take a look at this. Alright, so AUD CHF, something that we did not catch in the afternoon. Okay, sorry. Okay, so AUD CHF is something that we did not get. I'll be waiting at about this level here. Alright, because this is something that hasn't been mitigated yet. Okay, this is based on the minute 15, but AUD CHF, the spread is quite big. Alright, so we'll just monitor AUD CHF and see how this price plays out. And if there's a better confirmation here, then I will take it and I will definitely give you guys a signal. Alright, moving on to Euro CAD. Okay, so Euro CAD is based on the 15. Okay, 15 we lose on minute 15 we see price coming down. This could be somewhere of interest, right? Which is basically above the 50. Alright, if we look at our one, right, it's also a place of interest here as well. Okay, so Euro CAD will just wait out to see if this comes back to this level here. Okay, and then we'll start shorting again. Because if you look at Euro CAD, the movement of this is still going downwards, right? So if it's going downwards, we just what you should do is just follow the trend as well. Okay. Okay, GBP AUD. Alright, so GBP AUD, like I've said, I'm waiting at this level here because there's no demand area here, because this is a one long big candle that managed to break this high. Okay, as well as also it did not give us any a bearish candle, right? So the only one we can look at is about this level here. Right, so we'll just wait for it to come back and then we'll start looking for buys, because with this solid break here, alright, we know that the market is reversing instead of coming down. It's reversing towards the upside. Alright. Okay, USD CAD, let me just check on the 15. $15 is definitely at this high here. For USD CAD, we are looking at, based on the 15, price is moving upwards. On my hour 4, what do I have? Right, so on my hour 4, if you can see, it's also a trend that is going upwards, right? So just ignore these ones here, right? Just look at these ones here, right, and this high. Right, so basically I have my price moving upwards as well. Okay, I will be waiting for a retracement before I can start looking for buys. Okay, so we'll just see how this is going to play out first, because it's somewhere in the middle right now. Even on the 15, if we are looking to buy, it's also in the middle, right? If based on the hour 4, it's basically from this one here until here, right? It's at the very top. So there's no reason for us to buy here yet, right? So we'll just wait out a little while more. Okay, GBP JPY. We've been waiting for 2-3 weeks now, right? This one here on Friday, it did not tap also. It barely tapped in. Okay, and then it just started to rally after that. It has gone about 233 pips, right? Barely gave us this tap here. Okay, but nonetheless, I'm still going to be waiting for this to happen here as well. Alright. USD JPY price is still going upwards on the hour 4. We'll just wait for a retracement before we take it. Alright, Euro AUD, we're looking for sells. Okay, unless the price managed to break this high here. Alright, but I won't be taking a sell because if I'm going to be taking a sell, I need basically something like this here. Right, I need something like this, which means the price goes up, it did not break, just leave us as weak and then come back down. Right, just give us a shadow above, did not break this, right, and comes back. But with this kind of formation here, it's not looking very beautiful. So I would suggest to avoid Euro AUD for now. Let it create its momentum, whether it's breaking the upside or the downside, then we'll look forward to after it has happened. Right? Okay, so CAD JPY is something that we are looking for at about this level here. Okay, but this thing happened basically last week, right? So even on the 15-minute, we don't have a confirmation. Only happens here, right? With this confirmation, there's no retracement back down for us to take an entry. Why do I say so? Is because if you mark your low to this high, right, it did not even come back to the 0.5 or the 6.8, right? It did not come back, so there's definitely no room to take an entry. Okay, so we'll just let CAD run first. We'll just let CAD do its thing before we look for opportunity. Okay, and Euro JPY. Right, we have a retracement on hour 4. This is something that we can look at. Right, so if you look at this chart, right, so what I meant by we need a confirmation is, right, so hour 4 we are looking to sell, right, so we do see this retracement on the hour 4, right, 15 minutes as well as going. So if 15 minutes is doing this, right, your confirmation would be something like this, breaking this low, comes back, and then you take sell, right? But if you look at this one here, this movement here, we don't have a proper one that we can actually use, right? We don't have a proper one, so there's no proper retracement unless if this price from here, right, let's just say this candle right now it closed bearish, right, breaking this low here, right, and then it retraces, right, taking out this high, and then comes back below, breaking this low, right, then we can look for retracement here, and then we can start it, right? So we'll just wait out to see how Euro JPY plays out. Okay, before I don't want you to just hop in without a proper reason, right, why you're hopping in. Okay, so my suggestion would be definitely just wait out a little while more, look for confirmations before you actually take it. Okay, so gold, there's nothing. The only one right now that I'm keen on looking at is basically GBP USD. Okay, like I said, we have a tap in. Okay, let's just see it from about this candle, right from the tap in. Go on to the 1 minute as our entry. Alright, so if we are looking at 1 minute for entry, aggressive is definitely you can take somewhere after this tap in, you can be using about this candle or this candle here, alright, which you would have called it, right? But to be on the safer side, to be a slightly much more conservative, I'm looking for a structural break, right? We need something like this. Breaking this low, comes back, then we take a sell here and straight to the bottom. Alright, so looking at this, we don't have a proper one which we can include about this level. Alright, but when this tap in happens, this is our high, a new high, right, which is higher. So then the low would be definitely here. Alright, this one happened, would have taken your order, couldn't hold it, right, continue going higher, right, made you being taken out, okay, and this is where another high has been formed, couldn't break about this low, right, created this high again, right? So I would be actually looking at about this level, right, a break about here, right, this blue line here. Let me just change the color of this. I'm just going to change it to white. Okay, this white line here, this is where it started to take a break, alright. A retracement back to the 618 or 0.5, right? We don't have any. Continue trailing this all the way, right? It's still not coming back. It has this new low here, right? So right now when we have something like this, if a candle is going to break this low, right, so this is what we are trading, right? We want to take a position at about this level, at the 618 or the 0.5. Right, stops covering this high. Alright, stop loss, taking out, cover this high. Okay, which we have something here. Right, for example, yeah. Okay, let's say I'm taking an entry at 618. Okay, my stops is about this high. Right, I give it a little bit more room to breathe. I give it another 3 pip. So in total, it's a 12 pip stop, covering the whole zone as well. Right, and of course my TP will be on the 15-minute low. Okay, so this is what I have on this low here, my TP. Okay, so I'm hopping back to the 1 minute to actually look for a NP. Okay, so what I would do is, we can actually place a sell limit now. Okay, this would be a little bit riskier. I'm going to go and set a sell limit. I'm just risking half of what I usually risk. Okay, because in about 4 minutes we'll have news coming in. So just give me a minute. This is a bit slightly riskier, yeah. Okay, slightly risky because we have the news coming in, and also I will cancel the order if we have a candle breaking this low. All right. Just give me a minute. Okay, so if right now you see this orange line here, right? This candle did not close below, right? It's only a shadow. But if we have a candle body breaking this low, this order I'm going to cancel, which means we can know that the price has already retraced here, right? It just did not come back to this level, right? And then this is where your low is, and this is the price when these things happen, right? When this one break below, okay, when this one break below here, you're not going to expect this one to come back up here and then dump, right? A little bit harder to do, right? Because when this happens, you'll be looking at about from here until the low side, right? To wherever it retraces. Let's say from here it starts to retrace, right? Let's just say for example, the price came until here, right? And then it will start to retrace from this level, right? So you will get your fib from here to here, which is a totally new range that you're looking at, right? So I'm still gonna, I will just basically right now I have my sell limit in. Okay, I'm just gonna wait out to see how this play out first. Right, so in about 1 more minute, right? In about 1 more minute, we'll have the news coming, right? For the US, basically all the pairs that involve the USD will have an impact, right? So distance from here to here is about 10 pip. Okay, we'll see if we can get this trade, right? Just risk lesser because our stop is only about 12 pip, right? It's a 12 pip stop. Don't risk, don't over leverage your account. Okay, make sure you keep to your strategy, right? If this breaks below, then we'll just go ahead and cancel the order, right? Coming in about 5 seconds for the news. Okay, the spread is being opened. Right, so you see this dump, right? So it's definitely something that we couldn't get because we have this low being taken out. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cancel this order. If this price reverses, right, it could just, if let's say this price reverse, it could just break above and continue, basically take you out, you know, you're being stopped out, and then it continue to go higher. Okay, GBP USD, the sell limit has been cancelled, yeah? Sell limit has been cancelled. Let's see how much of a dump we did. About 60 pip, 63 pip for gold. Okay, it's definitely something I won't be looking at for now because there's no direction right now. Okay, so even for GBP USD, definitely we also can't get this, right? So like I said, if this break, it's definitely something that we can't get anymore. Alright, because now then you will have a newer range which is about this level. Right, from this high to, let's say, until here, if let's say this candle start to retrace, right, then this is basically your newer range, right, which is also out of this zone already, right, so there's no point for us to actually rush this trade. Okay, we'll look back at the 15. Alright, so if this is going to break below, if this price right now is breaking this low, then we'll be looking at a newer range. Alright, on the 15. That will be on the 15. Alright, it will be as well for the hour 4. Okay, but we'll just see how this play out first. Okay, it is still too far to actually say a thing or two. If you guys have any questions, just ask me, alright, on TikTok, YouTube, or Twitch. Anything that you don't understand, any tips that you want or whatever, you can just ask me, alright? Just comment in the comment section below, okay? Okay, so anyone that is interested in US 30, anyone that is interested in US 30, right, this would be where you're looking for sell. Okay, this is where we'll be looking for sells. Okay, basically this one is not mitigated yet. Okay, is up. This is above the 50, right? You can take a sell here, you can take a sell here if it comes back. Okay, but bear in mind this is on the hour 4. Alright, US 30 is on the hour 4. When the price comes in, then you pop into the minute 15 to actually look for some sort of confirmation. Alright, whatever it may be, depending on what you're comfortable with, right? So for me, I will be looking at something like this. Right? So I'll be looking at a confirmation like this. Then I will take a sell at this position. Right? When this price comes back, breaks below here, taking out this low, comes back, I will take a sell. Alright? This will be for US 30. Okay, if let's say you're familiar with, I don't know, engulfing or whatever, right, you can use your own confirmation, right? But this is my zone. Just letting you know, this is where I'll be looking for sells. Alright, US 30 on the hour 4. There's one zone here, right? This is numbers. And the next one is this number. Alright. Any questions? Anything that you guys want to ask? or any pairs that you want me to analyze for you. WTI or Brent. So it's basically crude oil. It should be this, right? It should be this. I'm not sure if the price is same as yours. Okay, we'll go on to the bigger time frame first, alright? Shafiq Lexington. Okay, so right now, if you look at this chart, it's not loading. Hold on, yeah. Okay. So basically, if you look at this chart, you see this movement going upwards, right? So we look at the previous. Let's see how high it has been before. Okay. Reason I said this is because, of course, there's some issues in the Middle East in regards to oil, the supply of oil. All right. Just give me a minute. Okay. Alright, we have the nearest high would be about this price here. And then we have at about this price. Okay, these are the nearest one. Alright, and then moving on, we have about this level. And this is the all-time high, I would say, right? At $126 per barrel, this is 121. Of course, we do have like other prices like we have about, I don't know, but this level here, right? We also have this level. We have multiple high that the price has created before. Okay, so these are just like a random highs that I marked out. Okay, so okay, looking back at hour 4. Okay, looking back at hour 4, we know that the price is moving upwards, right? So we just need to find out where's the recent high and also the recent low. Okay, so if you ask me, this is definitely one of it. Okay, we have this break here, right, which then instantly give us this zone, right, from this low to this high, right, from this low to this high. Okay, I'm going to extend my fib. Okay, so basically what I'm looking at is basically from this, right, this is the high here being taken out, okay, which then I have a confirm low, and eventually, of course, I do see a retracement here, right? So I would prefer to have another bearish candle, okay, another bearish candle taking out this low, right, body closes below, and then I will tell you that this is my confirm highs. All right. Okay, so let's just assume we will have this break. All right, so on the hour 4, you need to look for your demand. All right, so this would be my demand area. Okay, but bear in mind, if you look closely, this candle is the one that breaks this high, right? This one here has been indicated before. Okay, but that doesn't mean you can't use. You still can use this exact same zone, but you just got to be a little bit more careful. Okay, and then the next one is basically like we have this one here, okay, or you can actually just make use of this whole range. Okay, you can also just make use of this whole range here. Okay, so I'm going to remove this fib. Okay, so this is on the hour 4. Alright, I will be using this low and also this high. Okay. So hour 4, this is your analysis. Okay, we pop down to the minute 15. Right, so hour 4 we know the price, the market is going upwards, right? So we look at minute 15. Okay, this is definitely a break here. This is definitely a break. I'll just mark this out. Alright. We then have this break here as well, which give me this high, and this will be my low, and eventually this is the next high, right? And then we have this change in direction, change in the market structure. Okay, and then this gives us our low. Okay, so you'll be looking to sell in between here, right? Price did not break, came back up, still did not break until here. This break, which then automatically gives us this high, right? Automatically gives us this high and this low, right? Okay, so right now on the minute 15 we know the price is coming down. Okay, so I'm just going to make it easier for you to understand, right? Traffic Lexington, if you're still listening. Okay, so let me just remove this line. Okay, so hour 4 we see price moving upwards, right? So like I've said, if you want to take a buy, we need to wait for this price to come back to our demand, right, which is here and also here. All right, so hour 4 we see price moving upwards. Okay, so we go down to the minute 15. We just try and scope out where the price is heading, right? So initially we have price going up, and then eventually it changed direction here, right? It broke below, came back, eventually broke here as well. Okay, so on the minute 15 we know the price is coming down. Okay, so for example, if let's say this price managed to come back to above the 50, right, you can look for potential entries at about this level here, right? These are for sales here. You can look for potential sales at about these 2 levels. Okay, and eventually if it comes back to this high, you can also look for potential entries here. Okay, but you need to get a confirmation, which is something like this. Putting this low, comes back, it's where you take the entry here and then start shorting. Okay, this is the kind of confirmation that we need, right? Why I say so? Because right, like for example here, this price took out this low, right? It broke below, regardless if there's a gap or no gap here, right? The price broke below here, right? Which means now we know the market is heading downwards, right? So if we pull our feet from here to here, we will definitely get like about this area, right, as one zone, right? And then eventually we'll also be getting about here as well, right? So if you look at the price here, right, it took out this low, came back, that's where you entry, right? But the entry, you want to be more precise, then you drop down to the lower time frame, which I will use on the 1 minute, right? I will use the same exact confirmation, it's just that my entry will be based on the 1 minute. Okay, so this one happens here 1, 2, 3 times, right? And then if you look closely, this one actually came to TP, right? Because it's targeting the low of minute 15. Okay, so let's just remove this. Right, and then here we have another break, right? So right now your zone is this is your break here. right? If you look at this zone, the last zone here, right, it's also the same thing. It came back, rejected, broke higher a bit, right, and dumped. So if you hop onto the 1 minute, you will definitely see some kind of confirmation. Right, so if you look at the 1 minute, right, price is going upwards, right? So you need a confirmation, right? So if I'm saying this level, I need this level to be taken out. It did not, it broke higher. And when this broke higher, I need this level taken out. It did not take out as well, right? Came about this level here, right? So my level would be about this zone here, right? This level here to be taken out, because this price actually took out this level. Okay, so I'll be waiting for this level, then I pull a fib, right? If you look at this on the 1 minute, it did not give you the entry, right? But if let's say you're a bit riskier, you're a bit you're someone that's willing to take the risk, right? Let's just say you have this level, right? Okay, here you have a minor break. Okay, so what you do, you get your fib from the high to the low, right? You place your entry at the 618, right? This is your stop, right? You give it a little bit more room to breathe. This is 204. 204, this is about, this one's supposed to be 20 pip, right? You give yourself, I don't know, because gold and crude oil is a pair that is a little bit much more volatile, right? So you give it maybe extra 10 pip. Oh, wait. Right? So you give it an extra 10 pip, you are not stopped out here as well. If you can see clearly, you are not being stopped out as well. Right? So you would have caught this trade and then it just dumped all the way. Right? So that's my confirmation. Okay, that is the one that I'm using. So and then of course after this being taken, right, it came and broke the low, right, which where you're targeting, right? So a newer range is being formed, right, from here to here, right? So you can take a sell at this level or this level, right? So like I've said, hour 4 is where we look to buy, right? Minute 15 is temporary downwards movement. Okay, so you can catch this trade from here to here, right? Get a confirmation first. You also have one here. Okay, you have these 3 zones. Look for sells here. Okay, and then you just target, basically you can target, you know, your first target is at this level, right? Hit this one, break this low, and then eventually you can target this level here, right? This zone. You can target this zone, you can target this zone as well, right? 1, 2, and 3. These are all your TP targets, right? But the first one, it has to be here, right? So this is where you look out for your entries. And if when it comes to this level here, right, or this lower level, this is where you look for buys, right? And if you're looking for sell, it's basically you want something like this, right? Breaking this one, comes back, dump it, right? And then when it comes to here, you need to look for something like this, right? Continue from here, right? Something like this, breaking this high, comes back, and then you can buy it back at the top. Right? When this top you're buying back, you aim it back at the hour 4 high, because this is based on the hour 4 zone, right? These 2 buys is based on the hour 4, so you aim it back to the hour 4 high, and you target it to break higher, right? Next target you target here, right? And then eventually you target all these highs as well. Okay, so this would be for crude oil, or you can call it WTI or XTI. Okay. So that's my direction, okay. But eventually, I think this one will skyrocket more, right? Because if Russia and also the Saudi is reducing supply, then the price will definitely go higher. You should actually, you know, go and look at the news and see what they are talking about it, right? Most probably it will reach $100 per barrel, right? Most probably it will reach. So you just have to take a look on where you want to buy it, right? Maybe here, I don't know, right? Just target it back to the high. Okay.
No way it was our last night.
So this one we did not catch any. It's not something that I would take as well because it's a, it has gone already, right? So I'm just marking this out to see how it's going on. Because it's out of my zone already, so I'm not taking it if it's like way far off, right? Right, it's way far off already, so I won't be hopping in. I'm just going to wait if this is going to come back to this level, or maybe this zone, or maybe this zone, right? We never know, right? We have a few more zones at the upside here. Okay, so for this zone is technically done with, right? I'm going to be waiting at this, and this, all right? So Monday is basically a little bit slow. But of course, if you look at gold today, it did a lot of movement, right? Just looking from here, we have this big, massive pump, right? It gave us like what? Right? If we pick this, we got about almost 300 pips, right? And then all this, like in just this zone here, right? From here to here, right? This is already almost a 300 pip zone, right? 282 pips. So gold will be a little bit volatile for now, right? But if you are looking on the minute 15 to sell gold, we can be looking at this level, right? Because why I say so, because this is definitely above the 50, right? This is above the 50, and of course eventually we can be looking at this level, right? But 15 minutes, this is just a short-term moment for us to take a sell, right? Because hour 4 is still an uptrend if this price is not broken, right? The moment this price breaks this low, we will look at the opposite side already. We are looking at the sell momentum for gold on the hour 4, right? Only the thing is on my 15 minute right now, it's a downtrend movement. All right. Any other questions? Anything that you guys would like to ask? We couldn't catch GBP USD just now before the news, right? The news did not give us the spike. It did not give us that, it's just a 10 pip difference, right? I was actually hoping that GBP USD will actually spike up, take our order and start dumping, but it did not happen, right? So we'll keep our capital for tomorrow basically, right? As long as we didn't lose any, so it's better than losing. All right. So on TikTok, if there's no other questions, I will be going off live, and I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, same time as well, the New York session. Okay, and make sure you guys hop in on the New York session. If you are not following my Telegram, make sure you hop into my Telegram. All right, or you can just also follow this TikTok channel. Make sure your alert is on for this channel as well, so you will get notifications when I go on live. Alright, so TikTok, thank you guys for joining. Shafiq, thanks bro for the analysis. You're welcome. Thank you for joining. Right, thank you for asking me something so that I can give you an insight on WTI, on what to look for. Alright, so thank you guys for joining, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright, thank you and bye bye. Okay, so YouTube and Twitch, basically on a Monday, usually Monday we don't have anything to trade. Only thing that we saw is GBP USD. right? We did not manage to get that. So I think I will also now look into US 30 and also WTI. Right. It's a little bit interesting to look at. I will see if we can actually get anything out of this. Maybe in this week, hopefully, right? We'll just see how this plays out first, right? Because I'm only looking at gold and JPY USD more often, right? Other currency pair I also do look at it, but it's just not. I don't see all of it. Right? I just give the direction, and I usually don't come back to it after. Right? Because I kind of like trading GBP USD and gold more. Right? But I think WTI and US 30 is something that we should also look at because the volatility is there. Of course, if there's volatility, then obviously that pair automatically it becomes a little bit much more higher risk, right? Because sometimes your stocks, like for US 30, the stock could be, for example, you take a sell here, right? If you put your stop like this, right? This is a 600 put stop, right? In just this small distance, right? So if you want to know like how what's the size of, let's take the smallest candle, right? Let's just say this candle, all right? Market from here to this low. This is a 95 pip candle, right? Quite a big, big pip size count. All right, so that's why I say it will be a little bit much more riskier, but I will look into it first and see how it plays out with the strategy that I'm using. If the strategy is good enough, then of course I'll be looking into more possible entries for that. Right, so JPP USD, I won't be using this zone anymore. Right, you guys can keep a focus on this and also this. This is based on the minute 15. We are dumping it, okay? But don't forget on the hour 4, this is where our zone is. All right, this is where our zone is on the hour 4. Right, selling it here and here and here doesn't mean that we can't sell. We can, but of course we are selling it below the 50. Right, so it will be a little bit riskier. But of course, sometimes it does play out, right? It plays out sometimes, right? Because sometimes the price don't reach the 50, it just rejects below the 50, right? So you guys can look into this, right? 1, 2, and 3, and just be a little bit more cautious, all right? If later in the day, if I saw something that interests me, I will give you guys in the form of signal in my channel. Alright, so make sure you guys copy. Alright, don't miss out. Just give me a moment. Alright, so YouTube and Twitch, I'm gonna be turning off my live. Alright, so if any one of you that actually join my live and see my live on YouTube or Twitch, right, thank you guys for joining. Okay, and make sure you guys hop in back tomorrow, right, because I'll be going basically doing my live every day, right, every weekdays from Monday to Friday, and I will do it on the New York session. Alright, so make sure you guys keep in mind on where the zones are marked for, like this is WTI. Alright, don't forget WTI hour 4 it's a buy, but we are only selling it in the short term right now. Alright, selling is from here to here. Right, and as long as you don't break this low, alright, you are selling it from here to here. Right, US 30, you are selling it from here and here. Right, GBP as well. Right, I'm not using this zone anymore. Use here, here, and here. Right, this one here is the hour 4 zone. Right, but this two is something that you guys can look on the minute 15 to actually take a sell. Alright, and as for gold, definitely something that we won't be taking right now. Right, we'll just wait out to see how it goes. Alright, so thank you guys for joining, and I will see you guys tomorrow.